The Minnesota Timberwolves are continuing to shock the world and prove themselves worthy of being NBA championship caliber. This team is 24 and 8, first in the Western Conference with a whole lot of improvement throughout the year. At the beginning of the year, they had the 16th best odds to win the championship, and their odds have improved by 6 times. They're up to 7th with 1,100 odds, which was up from 6,600. The biggest reason is their defense, which is number 1 in defensive rating, number 1 in opponents' points per game. They are number 4 in the net rating, and they have probably the biggest lineup in the history of the NBA with Cat, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert at the same time. That has been an experimental lineup, but it has been deadly at times. They also have Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards has been a monster this year. He's averaging 26 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 1.4 steals. His numbers have been up across the board, very similar to a young Kobe. Now, we can't compare him to his dad because MJ was just different, but he is a much improved defender from last year, which also helps with the number 1 defensive rating, the number 1 defense in the NBA. On the year, he's also shooting at 46% from the field, 38% from 3 on 7 attempts, which is a big-time improvement over the years. He started as a guy that couldn't really hit the 3 ball. Now he's shooting at 38% on 7 attempts. And the kid is still 22 years old, still very young, one of the best young, bright stars in the league. Now, let's talk about the biggest 3, because we got big 3s in the NBA all over the place. This is the biggest 3 with Cat, with Naz Reid, and with Rudy Gobert. We'll start with Cat, who is having a really, really efficient season. Record-breaking season in the efficiency category. Dude's going crazy. 21 points a game, 9.3 rebounds, which, that's not exactly exceptional. I mean, it's good. It's very good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like he's putting up Embiid numbers. 3 assists, 33 minutes a game. But the crazy part is his efficiency. Like I just said, he's shooting at 51% from the field, 41% from 3, and he's a couple of percentage points off from being 50-40-90 as a 7-footer. That is insane. That level of efficiency is what wins you games. That's how they, 24 and 8, first in the West. I keep saying it backwards. Then they also have Rudy Gobert, who is probably the best defender on the team, although Jade McDaniels exists. About 13 points a game, about 12 rebounds, 2.2 blocks, and 1 assist a night for the big man from France. He's been really solid for him this year. At first, when they made the trade, I was flabbergasted, and then I was bamboozled, and then, I was like, oh, yeah, look, they're not really, it's not paying off at all. Well, this year, it has 100% paid off. 62% from the field there for Gobert. Now, Naz Reid, another guy here. He comes off the bench at 7 foot, although sometimes he plays a small forward spot. And on the year, he's averaging 12.8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 1 assist. So he's averaging the same as Gobert, but he's playing 11 less minutes per game. He's only playing 22 minutes a night. And they need to look into this because his per 36 numbers are the same as Karl Anthony Towns with 21 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.2 steals. Look into getting this man some more minutes, please. 51% from the field as well, 40% from 3, 91. So he is shooting 50-40-90 as a 7-footer. Absolute insanity right there. So make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying today's video at any point. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that happens to be you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll help us out in the YouTube algorithm as well as sticking around for the full video. But yeah, it's not every day the Minnesota Timberwolves are actually good. Looking at the clamps, we're taking a closer look at the clamps. Jade McDaniels, you got to look at this guy. 27 minutes a game. He's missed 10 games so far, but he's one of the highest rated defenders in the NBA. On the year, he's actually been much improved offensively, up to 10.7 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists in 27 minutes of action a night, and the efficiency has 100% been there. 54% from the field, 38% from 3 from McDaniels this year, which is something you love to see because he's such an elite defender. You have to have him on the court, and now he's out there producing on the offensive end as well. Very good stuff. Now, this team has a lot of pressure to perform. We've talked about how good they are, but this team they have no cap space. They are not under the salary cap until 2026. That is how locked up they are. So they got a lot of pressure to perform. Mike Conley's on an expiring deal. Kyle Anderson will be gone. So they're going to have to lean on the draft, lean on, some mid-level exception guys over the next few years to help revamp this roster and this bench. But Mike Conley has been elite this year. 11.4 points per game, 6.2 assists, 3.1 rebounds. I know that doesn't exactly scream all-star or anything, but he has played his role to perfection. 46% from the field, 46% from three, only 1 turnover a game at the point guard spot. He's been really good. The rest of the bench has been solid as well. You got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's starting to come into his own. Another long, athletic defender that they can lean on. You got Shake Milton there. You got Kyle Anderson as well. So make no mistake about it. There are definitely a few guys off this bench that can come in and contribute. Like we said, Kyle Anderson. Like we said, Shake Milton, who came over from the 76ers. He's been a decent bench player for them this year. So this Timberwolves team, yes, they're going to be losing some stuff in free agency this year. But for this year, they're going to be solid the rest of the way. Now, let's take a look at the standings because we're not really used to seeing the Timberwolves at the top of the standings. As a matter of fact, in my 18 years, I have never seen the Timberwolves at the top of the standings, or at least not that I can remember. They are now 24-8. It hadn't updated for some reason this morning when I took this picture, but 24-8 after the loss last night. The Thunder are right behind them. The Thunder are good this year. You got the Nuggets and the Clippers are up to 4th place. The Kings are not bad. Might have to make me a Kings video soon. The Mavericks aren't bad either. So it's a really tough Western Conference. There are 6 teams with 19 wins, which is a lot different than the Eastern Conference. Looking at their upcoming schedule, though, another team I need to make a video on, the New Orleans Pelicans. They're pretty solid. That's a home game, though, so they need to win that one. And then they got the Houston Rockets, got the Dallas Mavericks, Orlando Magic, Boston Celtics. So it's a tough schedule coming up. And then you get Portland. The Clippers are going to be tough. And then you get Detroit. So Portland, Detroit, those are your 2 kind of bye games. But other than that, I mean, you got a lot of games against top teams in their respective conferences. We're going to see how good the Timberwolves are through this little stretch. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm pretty high on this Timberwolves team this year. I think they are a solid squad that's going to make a run. They got a lot of length. They got guys that can knock down the 3-ball. Jade McDaniels. Anthony Edwards is coming into his own. He's their closer. But Karl Anthony Towns can also go and get you a lot of buckets. You got Naz Reid off the bench. And maybe we'll even get to see some more rookies like Leonard Miller, who can be a really, really good defender in his own right, start to come into the picture here. We will see, though. Mike Conley runs this offense to perfection. So I'm excited to see how well the Timberwolves can do. Like we said, we've never really seen the Timberwolves as a favorite to win a conference. So we'll see how well they do in the playoffs. There was a reason this team was giving the Nuggets a lot of problems last year. And it was because, I mean, they gave them the most problems, honestly, on their way to the championship. But yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button down below if you did enjoy at any point. Make sure to come back later for more NBA content. We're posting close to every day. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.